Hi and welcome to Whiskey Shared. You're watching day 21 of my mystery whiskey advent calendar. I'm Toby and you're watching Whiskey Shared. Welcome to day 21 of my mystery whiskey advent or dramvent calendar. If you've seen this before and you know it works, then you can just skip straight forward to the tasting. Otherwise, the way this works is I have over 150 samples in my sample collection, and my wife will put one a day into this blue Glencairn glass. I'll nose it, I'll taste it, I'll tell you if I like it, and I'll have a stab at what I think it is. Should we find out what I'm drinking? On to the whiskey. If you'd like to play along and find out what's in my glass when I do, then just keep watching. Otherwise, take a look in the description now for a sneak peek. Let's start with the nose. Okay, this is a little bit fruity. Not overly sweet. A little bit jammy, reminds me of sort of raspberry jam donuts. Yeah, not getting many fruits, but it's definitely quite rich. Not overly high ABV. There's a little bit of new wood in there as well. You know, sort of newly sawn or planed wood. There's a slightly herbal note in there as well. Not really sure what it could be at this stage though, in terms of location. Let's move on to the palate. Okay, I think this is yeah, fairly decent ABV. It's got that sort of diesel oil note, that sort of petrochemical tang. It's reminded me of a Campbelltown already. But obviously I do pick that up on other whiskies, and I've even picked it up on whiskies from other countries. But it's yeah, it's a little bit savoury now. Let's have another sip. Yeah, it's quite oily, a little bit chewy. There's a really strong malted barley note with this. Nice strong cereal character. The fruitiness probably comes from some sort of sherry, I think. But it's, yeah, reminds me of a little bit of a long row. That sort of character, but it's, yeah, I think ABV wise, it's not as high as I initially thought with my first sip. I'd say it's around the 50, yeah, around the 50% ABV. I think that's sort of upper limit. But it is, yeah, it's quite nice. Nice sort of medium length with a finish as well. And a little bit of pepper. Let's have one final sip. Yeah, that fruitiness, that jamminess is really coming through now on the palate. Definitely sort of raspberries, strawberries, goji berries even a little bit, slightly tart on its finish, but it's yeah, it's really quite nice. It does remind me of a long row or a Hazelburn even, yeah. But so my guess is it's a Campbelltown. It's probably anywhere between sort of 8 and 15 years old. No more than 50% ABV would be my guess, and yeah, some sort of sherry in there as well. Should we find out what's in my glass? Right, so it's a Berry Brothers and Rudd Williamson 7-year-old Oloroso cask. It's 62.3% and it was given to me by Whisky Amateur. So thanks for that, it's definitely an interesting dram. So obviously Berry Brothers and Rudd are an independent bottler. Williamson, I think, is the other name for Lefroy, but I'm not 100% certain. I'm pretty sure it is. 7-year-old, so it is quite young, and obviously I did say there was a sherry influence in there. But yeah, that 62.3% ABV is, yeah, it gave me a bit of a hit to start with, but it's very drinkable. After that initial shock to the palate and the slight eyes watering, it's yeah, very, very drinkable and very tasty indeed. It's not one I've had before. I've definitely not had this whiskey, but I have had one Williamson, and yeah, that was in a vin de couleur cask, so slightly different. And yeah, I don't think I would have picked this out because the you know, the rarity of the Williamsons and the numbers that I've tasted. Well, just one before this, so definitely wouldn't have picked this up. But it definitely has a nice character and a nice taste. Hopefully you found that interesting, and hopefully I'll be a bit more accurate tomorrow, and you'll come back then. Sauncha. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, why not give it a like or a comment, and please consider subscribing for more videos like this.